And we will have our first match, which is a bronze medal match in compound women. And we have with us a good archer, a very good archer. It's an honor to have Bridger Deaton with us. Hello, good afternoon, Bridger. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Now that you are here, much better. Someone who can say something that makes sense. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
let's see who is shooting.
line judge and
I will give you the honor to tell us who is coming because both are from USA.
For this one, we have Lexi Keller and Gauvin, as you said, both from the U.S. Crystal is actually shooting a new bow this year. Last couple of years, she's been shooting for Matthews, and this year she made the switch and started shooting for Hoyt, and this is her first tournament with that. So
please welcome Lexi Keller from USA.
She shot well, but had a couple different things go wrong with it, just because, you know, settling into new equipment's a tough thing to do sometimes. So
shooting on target 2, also from USA.
To be doing all right,
please welcome Mr. Gauvin.
So.
You can see how they are actually getting ready in this set or this venue for final that had been prepared in this break we had of 2 hours.
Similar to last year, but things have run a little smoother than they did in the year before. So
it's normal that the organizer the first year struggled a little bit. They are doing a big effort to host the Indoor World Cup and upgrade the level of organization. And of course, we have to support as much as possible to help them to make the event in the level we want. And the second year is easier. They learn the tricks, they learn what works and what not. And indeed has been a better and smoother event than last year.
Lexi actually ranked first in the qualification round, and Crystal ranked, I believe she ranked second or third, tied with Toya, who's shooting in the gold match. So Lexi's shooting first.
We can hear the echo of the of the shooting in the indoor. The hall is a huge hall. It's a kind of exhibition hall or ceremonies hall, which could have about 60 meters by 30 or 40 meters. It's a wide field, a wide hall with flat walls, so you have a bit of echo.
See, both of them are a little off the mark in their first arrows. Things can change from the practice range to the finals range, even though it's just down the room, but the lighting can be a little different from one spot to another, which indoors can make a big difference.
Indeed, the lighting here is a bit blue, and we have the light that is not really white blue. The light is a blue light.
But there's big spotlights in front of the target shining up onto the faces, so it can give some funny shadows and make your sight picture kind of goofy. So it seems like they got everything figured out.
and light is very critical in compound. You're so accurate, and you have the PIP and you have the scope, and any kind of change of light or shadows affect very much in accuracy, correct?
Yep. So it's, I mean, especially for us, recurves are shooting at the Big 10 or a Vegas 10, and compounds are our 10. We have the small 10, or a Vegas X is our 10 ring. So we go from being able to shoot something about the size of a $50 or almost, well, I guess 10, or not even sure the size of it in centimeters, but it's about $50, an inch in diameter, down to something the size of a dime or even smaller. So
as recurve archer I am, this 10 that you use in compound is really tiny.
Mm-hmm.
We have the official score from the target judge. On target 1, Lexi Keller with 27 points. On target 2, Crystal Gauvin with 29 points.
Crystal taking an early lead with 2 points, but stuff can change pretty quickly. So
yes, 2 points in the first end is not much.
By Lexi. Just within 1 arrow, we're already down to a 1 point lead for Crystal.
Yes,
so, like I said, things can change pretty quickly.
Ooh, it's quite low.
Yep. But like I was saying, with the different size 10s, we still get to use the big 9, so we can goof up quite a bit and still be able to have a 9 instead of a 9 here is a lot different than a 9 at the Las Vegas shoot, which for the championship division, especially in the men's and the women's, can kind of ruin your weekend.
That's really tight. Start a competition knowing that the only thing you can do is to drop points, not win them.
Exactly.
You have to start thinking, I have the 900, and let's see if I don't lose anyone.
Yep, exactly. You got to go there to not miss.
Completely different mindset up. Not trying to make as many 10 as possible. It's trying not to make a 9.
Exactly.
And it's 3 days that you shoot 300 arrows every day.
Yep.
And it's a long space between one day and the next shoot, so you have a lot of time to think.
A lot of time to think, but that also makes it so you have a lot of time to relax in between each day you shoot and kind of go out and see the city. There's a lot of stuff to do in Vegas.
No,
so.
Really. I know I have a lot of stuff to do. When I arrive in Vegas, I enter the casino the first day, Monday, and I leave Monday, going back to the airport. Talking about concentration and time, you had a big preparation to come here, so you arrived just to start the warm-up. Tell me a little bit of the story you were telling me before. You had a competition in U.S.?
Yep, there was a competition in the U.S. in Kansas City. It was a NFAA shoot, and I shot that on Saturday and Sunday, and then took Monday, Tuesday to fly here. Went from Kansas City, drove to Chicago through the night on Sunday night into Monday morning, and flew here, arrived in Bangkok at about midnight their time, midnight local time, Tuesday, Wednesday night, Wednesday morning. Slept for a few hours and woke up and came here to shoot. So, and Lexi was on the same trip as me. She was there as well. So, we've really only been here for the 2 days of the competition. So, I could tell towards the end of the day yesterday I was getting pretty tired.
You could feel it. Jet lagged a long time.
Took me a while to wake up, and I didn't stay awake very long.
But you were fortunate, not so much because you could sleep a little bit, but because you got the bow. When you have a trip so long, the big risk always is that the bow didn't make it.
Yep, it was a sigh of relief. I have data on my phone, so I pulled up my airline app and saw that both my bags, clothes and bow, were on the plane from Tokyo to here. So that was a big relief. And
so
then
you can do this with the app.
Yep.
It's fantastic. That's a good tool. Yes, it's your relief, and you can rest in the plane and knowing that your bow is with you, just below you.
I can relax a little bit instead of stressing, standing at the baggage claim, waiting to see if my bow is going to come out or not.
It's very frustrating to have archers arriving and then the bow is stuck in another airport and take 1 or 2 days to come back. And when you are so tired like you did, but good, you were here and you were telling me it was your second indoor competition. You are getting ready for the indoor season.
Yep, I actually fly straight home and drive from Chicago to shoot another tournament. right when I get home. So, and then shortly after that, we have our indoor team trials in the U.S. for the World Championships in, is it Akbar?
Yeah, Ankara.
Ankara,
yes.
Turkey. So,
correct.
I can never remember the names anymore.
Ankara is the capital in Turkey. We have the Indoor World Championship there in March, and the U.S. team is making the trials in 2 weeks.
Yep. Trials are 18th, I think, somewhere around there for compound and recurve. So.
Okay, excellent. Let's go back to the match. And where are we? We can see that it's a lead from Crystal, 88 to 84. And in this one, she did a 10-10-10. She got it. She got the light right. She got the fitting, and we can see her smiling.
Like I said, she just switched to different bow companies, just switched to a white bow. So I'm sure she's still kind of figuring that out, but seems to be shooting pretty well this match. So
there have been quite some changes this year in compound division in archers from one company going to another one.
Oh, yeah.
So she came to Hoyt, and we will see later another archer who left Hoyt.
So we'll see another
and of course
woman that switched from Matthews to Hoyt. Toya, who's shooting in the gold medal match, switched to Hoyt as well.
We can see here the light is quite intensive and a little blue in the target. and during the ranking and the elimination, the organizer was switching it off when you were scoring, because then there's no need to reflect on your eyes.
That way, when we turned around
Yes.
from scoring, we weren't blinded.
You
looking
get
into the
blinded
big
completely.
spotlights.
So yes, it's clear that the lighting in indoor is very critical, and when we go to hold, the light change a lot wherever we go.
Much like outdoors, where the lighting can change from, if it's real sunny, cloudy, raining. It can also change indoors. Everywhere has a little bit different lighting. Even just switching to fluorescent to incandescent lighting, and even different brands, how many lights they have in the room.
Yes. And the orientation, the location of the lights keep different shadows, and the type
Yep.
of light. When we talk about light, seems like light is the same, but you have yellow, you have blue, you have light, you have really white light, so it's quite a different, and as I said before, for compound archery, that's much more critical. You're much more accurate, so it's critical, the change of light. And we see that Crystal is still with his lead. I think it's a comfortable lead. Having 4 points.
Yep. And so even though we do have that smaller 10, it is only 18 meters. With one end left, we'll have to have something go wrong in order to have it go another way. But I've seen weirder things happen. So
Everything is possible until the last arrow, but in a normal match, this 4-point lead in the last end is a comfortable one.
Yep. So, but it's definitely no time for Lexi or anybody else who's in the same situation to lay down. All you can do is put 3 good arrows in the target and kind of hope for the best. So that's the thing with spots or indoor and outdoor archery versus stuff like 3D. The ASA style tournaments that we have in the U.S., they have a bonus ring, a 14 ring up that's real near the
I hear about
lower
that.
scoring rings.
So it's a kind of tactic. You can come
Yep.
back by
You can
taking
come
the
back.
risk. Yeah.
Yep, it's a high risk, high reward situation though. So, but that's what makes them each a little different in their own way. So this one you're really concentrating on, hitting 10s, not missing any, not dropping any points, rather than giving yourself, like at ASA, you can give yourself the opportunity to jump back ahead by taking a high risk arrow. So.
Just to make it clear for the audience that are not familiar, in the AS rule is another little target in a side, a little ring. And if you are behind the match, you can take the risk to shoot 1 arrow in this ring, and if you go in, it gives you back points. More points than the 10, 14, correct?
Yep. It'd be like having an 11 or 12 ring in the 6th ring on one of these targets.
Okay, so it's in the 6th ring located.
So for that one, it's located right next to the 5.
Okay.
Which is the lowest score you can get other than a miss.
It's a kind of bonus. You hit it, and
you
hit
hit
got
it,
the
you
bonus.
get a big,
Did you
get a big jump.
Did you have to tell you are trying it, or you just shoot?
Nope, you can go for it.
Okay.
As far as I know, I don't shoot many of them because I'm so busy shooting.
Or you have done not the need to go back.
I've done.
You are leading and you don't need the 14 point.
I shoot so much of the World Archery stuff during the summer with all the World Cups and such. It's tough to make it to all the tournaments, but.
Thank you for that. As World Archery, we thank you to come to our event. So I think we have a clear lead and winner here. Crystal. They're waiting for, of course, the scoring and confirmation. The archer shoot, and the score we see in the TV graphic is taken by our spotter, who make the score on live, but it's an unofficial score. And then as soon as, like now, the judges has confirmed the score, it is official, and Crystal Gauvin is winning this bronze medal match. Seems that she started with Hoyt in a good step.
Yep, so Crystal won. This is actually Lexi's, the second year they've had it here in Bangkok, I think, and Lexi was in the bronze match here last year as well. So
with 146 point.
This has been a good tournament for Lexi,
The bronze medal for the compound woman
but Crystal jumped ahead of her in the first end there and
from
didn't give her a chance to climb back up. So
congratulations to our archers. Thank you, Lanja.